They told me I couldn't leave until I paid $13,000 for a stomach ache in a clinic that looked like a spa. This is how modern tourist traps work, and I'm about to show you the one move that changed everything. I'm Frank, 64 years old, retired firefighter from Chicago. I don't do clubs, I don't chase tequila shots, and the most dangerous thing I usually do on vacation is order fish from a buffet. I went to Cancun for one reason, to celebrate making it this long. A little fishing, a good book, sunset calls with my kids. That's it. But here's what nobody tells you about paradise. Even kindness can come with a price tag. And before we go any further, grab the free travel safety checklist in the description right now. My recommended travel insurance is also linked below, and after what I'm about to tell you, you'll understand why that might be the most important click you make today. This story is for everyone who thinks, that would never happen to me. Let me tell you, I thought the same thing. It started innocent enough. Breakfast buffet at the resort, papaya, scrambled eggs, decent coffee, standard vacation fuel. By noon, I had a cramp carving circles under my ribs. Nothing dramatic, just uncomfortable. I figured I'd drink some water, pop an electrolyte tab, and write it out in my room. The front desk had other ideas. "Senor, we can send the hotel doctor." Very quick, very professional. I thought, sure, why not? I've made worse decisions, at least twice. White coat, gentle voice, fast hands. He checked my vitals, asked a few questions, and then said the magic words. "You're dehydrated. We should give you fluids and run some labs. 1 hour, maximo." I told him I'd rather just rest in my room. That's when he put a hand on my shoulder, like we were old friends, like he cared. "Senor," he said, "it's safer at the clinic." There was already a van waiting outside. And here's the thing. Safer has a lot of definitions. Now, before I tell you what happened next, I want you to think about this. What would you have done in that moment? Trust the doctor? Say no? Ask more questions? Drop your answer in the comments. I'm genuinely curious how many of you would have seen what was coming, because I sure didn't. In the ambulance, they handed me a form. It looked like a standard transport waiver. Nothing about prices, nothing about costs, just a signature line. Then they asked to hold my passport. For insurance verification, they said. Routine procedure. They also pre-authorized my credit card, called it a small deposit. The saline drip started before I even knew what small meant. We pulled up to a building that looked more like a boutique hotel than a clinic. White hallways, beach murals on the walls, a TV in the corner playing a cooking show, calming music, everything designed to make you feel safe. A nurse hung a second IV bag. "Antibiotico y antiemetico," she said with a smile. Another nurse slid a pulse ox onto my finger. A third handed me a clipboard, entirely in Spanish, and I signed it while the IV tugged at my arm. If you want to know my first mistake, here it is. I believed everything was routine. I thought I was getting standard care. A little hydration, maybe an antibiotic, and I'd be back at the pool by sunset. But that's not how this works. About an hour later, an administrator walked in. Blazer, tablet, smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. "We can discharge you once your account is settled," she said. "What account?" She turned the tablet toward me. $12,960. Let me say that again. $13,000. I stared at the screen like it was written in a foreign language, which, to be fair, half of it was. Here's what they charged me for. Urgent transport from hotel to clinic, $980. ER admission, $640. Cardiac monitor rental, $1,450. ICU bed reservation, $3,200. I never saw an ICU. Oxygen therapy, $980. They put a cannula on my nose for 15 minutes. 4 anti-infective, $880. No drug name listed. Vitamin C, wellness infusion, $450. I didn't ask for wellness. Labs, $620. International Patient Coordination, $750. Sterile Garment Kit, $340. That's a paper gown I never even tied. Administrative fee, $170. Itemized like a luxury hotel bill. Except hotels don't charge you by the minute for breathing. I looked up at her and said, "I'm not paying that." She didn't blink, didn't flinch, just answered like she was reading the weather. "Then you are not discharged." The door behind her clicked shut. Good manners make excellent locks. So here's my question for you. What would you do right now? Pay the ransom and walk out? Call your embassy and dig in for a fight? Try to sneak out? Seriously, drop your move in the comments. I'll pin the smartest answer because I want to know how you'd handle this trap. Now let me tell you what I did. The first thing I noticed, the Wi-Fi that had been working perfectly a minute ago suddenly went under maintenance. A nurse came in and borrowed my phone charger. Another suggested I stay for observation, for my safety, of course. Everyone was kind, polite, professional. That's the trick. You're not a prisoner, you're a project. So I started asking questions. I asked for a full itemized bill in both English and Spanish. I asked for the doctor's full name and license number on an official medical report with diagnostic codes. I asked for their RFC, that's the Mexican tax ID, on a CFDI factura. That's the official receipt you need for any legitimate transaction in Mexico. And I asked for my passport back. We took a little tour of offices, a lot of smiling, a lot of, "One moment, please." Finally, the administrator came back with a new offer. "If you pay now," she said, folding her hands like we were negotiating a car lease, "we can do $5,400. I looked her dead in the eye. "Great," I said. "Put the discount on the factura with your RFC and print my alta voluntaria." That's the discharge against medical advice form. The one that says I'm leaving and I'm taking responsibility for it. Her smile cracked. Just a little. "Cash price is different," she said. "Chargeback is different too," I replied. I pulled out my phone and called my travel insurance hotline, put it on speaker, told them exactly what was happening. I'm in a clinic that won't discharge me without payment, and they're refusing to provide full documentation. The rep's voice came through clear. "Don't pay cash. If you absolutely must pay, use your card, photograph everything." So I did. Wristband, wall rates, the tablet, every piece of paper they'd given me. Then I called the hotel manager. "Your house doctor referred me here," I said. "If this is your official referral, it's going on the complaint I'm filing with Profeco." That's Mexico's Consumer Protection Agency, the one that can shut down businesses for fraud. I could hear the shift in his tone. Meanwhile, back at the clinic, they were trying a new strategy. "Señor, no puede salir sin liquidar. You can't leave without settling your account. El doctor recomienda observación, por su seguridad, for your safety. Si se va, llamamos a las autoridades. If you leave, we call the authorities." Authorities. That word can mean a lot of things in a foreign country. None of them sounded like taxi. Now here's where it gets interesting, because the specialist walked back in, stethoscope around his neck, concern on his face. And I did something I should have done from the beginning. I hit record, I set my phone on the tray, camera facing him, and said, "If my condition is serious enough that I can't leave, please write the diagnosis here, with your full name and license number." He looked at the phone, then at me, then at the hallway, and he left. 5 minutes later, the administrator came back. New number, new tone. "We can close today at $680, consultation, labs, and antibiotic. From $13,000 to $680. Funny how that works." "Perfect," I said. "Put that on the factura with your RFC and bring me the alta voluntaria." She slid the printer a little closer to the wall, like privacy might float. They handed me a release form. Buried in the fine print was a line that said, "I agreed to pay any future balance, plus collection fees." I crossed it out, initialed the margin. She winced. I nodded. "Firmamos así," I said. "We sign it like this," and we did. I walked past glossy brochures promising international quality care. My passport felt heavier than my carry-on. Outside, the sun was still shining. The pool water still smelled like chlorine. A taxi driver studied me like he'd seen the third act before. ¿Todo bien, jefe? Everything okay, boss? Mejor que hace una hora, I said. Better than an hour ago. I'm not a hero. I'm not some mastermind. I'm a 64-year-old retired firefighter who just hates being hustled. And my mistake? It was early. It was simple. I signed something I didn't read because a white coat said routine. So let me break down what I learned, because this could happen to you. It could happen to your parents, your kids, anyone. Here's what you need to know. If a hotel offers a house doctor, ask exactly where they take you and what it costs. Get it in writing if you can. Never let anyone hold your passport, not for verification, not for insurance, not for anything. Keep it in your sight. Photograph every page you sign, every form, every screen, every receipt. Ask for itemized billing. In Mexico, demand the RFC on a CFDI factura. That's the official tax receipt. If they won't provide it, that's your red flag. Get the doctor's full name and license number. If they claim your condition is serious, ask them to document it officially. If they say you can't leave, ask for alta voluntaria, the discharge against medical advice form. Film the refusal if they won't give it to you. If you must pay, use your credit card, never cash. Your card gives you chargeback protection. Cash gives you nothing. Call your travel insurance immediately. Get them on the line. Let the clinic know someone else is watching. They didn't kidnap me. They didn't threaten me with violence. They curated me, and that's more dangerous, because it's polite, it's professional, it feels legitimate until you're in too deep. You know what's funny? When I got back to my room, I went through the itemized bill one more time, and I started laughing. Sterile garment kit, $340. That's a paper gown I never even figured out how to tie. So if anyone from that clinic is watching this, seriously, send me the instructions. I want to know what $340 buys in bow tying technology. Here's my question for you. What's your rule for medical emergencies abroad? Pay to walk? Dig in and document? Something else entirely? Drop your strategy in the comments. I'll pin the best one. And listen, before you book your next trip, click the link in the description. Grab that free travel safety checklist. Check out my recommended travel insurance. Because after what I just told you, you know that coverage might be the smartest thing you pack. Travel smart, drink water, read every form before you sign. And if anyone charges you for oxygen, make sure it's the kind you can actually breathe. I'll see you in the next one.